And we are live. Hey guys, welcome to the Superherocuts podcast where we talk about things Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. It's your boy Stevie Hayes, joined by my brother Jerry. How are you, dog? What's going on, man?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking. How you doing?
Oh, good, bro. Yo, I feel like I'm an idiot because I'm wearing Deadpool shirt and Superman pajama pants.
Dude, that's so funny. I was trying to find an Avengers hat or like a Marvel Studios. I really want a Marvel Studios like Feige type hat.
Oh,
What up,
yeah,
Enzo? And also just that way, like if my hair isn't done and I just want to fucking record a TikTok or whatever, like I don't have to, just make my life easier.
Facts, bro.
But yeah, anyway, I got no hat. I just got hair in my head. We got a lot of good stuff to get into tonight. And I like Stevie's shirt. I'm sure you're all going to love Stevie's shirt. Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way, on the rewatch, and now that it's on Disney Plus, I enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first time around.
Do you think it was because everybody was so hyped in the movie?
Yeah, and I didn't like that it was positioned as a movie that was the MCU is back. It's going to set up the future of the MCU. Like a lot of times, Marvel scenes that set up the future of the MCU aren't as big as you expect them to be. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy Infinity Stone scene, like that scene is 2 minutes. It's a blip, no pun intended. But the anchor being thing, we don't really see how that's going to impact the MCU, and I still think it's kind of stupid. Like the more I think about it, the dumber I think it is. But whatever. I don't know. I just think it's a stupid concept. I don't like it.
Yeah. By the way, we are also on TikTok Live. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Please comment. We will respond to your comments as well on the TikTok Live. So, but yeah, bro, I agree. I rewatched it as well, and it was great. I loved it. My dad refuses to watch it for some reason. I'm trying to get him to watch it.
Your dad's starting to sound like my dad.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, yo, bro, I literally called him. I was like, yo, like, let me come over Saturday and let's watch. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But he was raving about watching it like weeks ago. And I'm like, dude, you're killing me.
The Penguin is helping because now my dad's like, maybe I'll watch the Batman movie. He's like,
Penguin's
and I think my mom wants to watch it just because of the awards. She loves like the movie awards, and if something gets an award, she's like, then interested. So.
Yo, I feel like all moms and dads have like similar traits, bro. Because my mom's the same way. She watches all the Oscars, all those stupid award shows.
Yeah, I hate them, bro.
Yeah.
I think they're completely fake, corrupt, and all the above.
Oh yeah.
And I like Jeff Keighley, but I'm starting to think that he is pretty fake with the video game awards. You know that they didn't. So, real quick, because this is gaming, but so. Hideo Kojima, the guy who created Metal Gear, he actually had a big divorce, like fallout with Konami, the studio company that made the games. So a lot of people never forgave Konami for what they did to Hideo. Yeah. And the remake, they're like trying to be very faithful to the fans because they know they messed up in the past. Anyway, the most anticipated games, bro, Metal Gear Solid's not on the list. People are like pissed.
That's crazy.
Bad. Yeah. I mean, this was like that game when it came out, it lost Game of the Year because it was up against Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but it was still a very big contender, so.
Interesting. Yeah. So we do have a full docket today, so we got a lot of stuff we got to get to, and it's going to take a lot of time. So I want to start off first with the Fantastic Four. There's a lot of Fantastic Four rumors going around. I've been watching, and Jerry does too. I've watched so much Cosmic Wonder and Den of Nerds and really digging into a lot of these rumors going on. So I want to talk about the first set of news, which is that Franklin Richards will reportedly have a major role in Avengers Doomsday. Marvel Studios is currently looking for a 10 to 13-year-old actor to play the character. Franklin will also appear in Fantastic Four First Steps, but he will be 4 years old. So, Jerry, with hearing those ages, right, this is already saying that there's going to be some type of time jump because, Franklin's going to be 4 and then 13 in Avengers Doomsday. But I want to read you just some of these rumors, okay? That's been on. So the rumor is that remember the image where Galactus was looking through the Baxter building?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying that Galactus is there because that is when Sue Storm is birthing Franklin. And that basically like Galactus knows that this powerful being is here and basically he is going to pop up. And obviously, people are assuming it's because Galactus needs to eat worlds to be able to survive. Franklin makes pocket universes like it's a perfect situation. But a lot of people are, and then there was another rumor going around that kind of rocked me. The Quaid guy from The Boys, he's rumored to be casted as the older Franklin.
He's perfect for that.
Yes. And basically, yep. And so,
I like Quaid, by the way.
he's a great actor.
Yeah.
and there's been a whole entire rumor, bro, and there's been a bunch of rumors kind of swirling around, but basically saying that that there's a possibility of Franklin Richards coming to that he's going to be in the Fantastic Four movie as like basically Galactus, and that we are going to see a older Franklin. So what? Because I know like you are a big Hickman Fantastic Four guy. You and I both know that Hickman's Fantastic Four is going to be the big inspiration for the MCU Fantastic Four, obviously. How do you feel about them using Franklin Richards to help the multiverse story and to connect the whole Doctor Doom Avengers story? Like, how do you feel about the usage of him?
It's definitely not a safe play. It's definitely a bold move. I always thought that they were going to play this movie safe, but I guess they probably are just like, we've played it safe like 2 times and it's never really worked. So let's just, and they need a big, like, there are certain characters in Marvel that feel more Marvel than other characters, if that makes sense. And I would say that those characters are like the top ones. And they're usually very lore based, like Daredevil sometimes, but not really. The main ones are Spider-Man, Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men. Like those are just like Marvel's bread and butter, and it's really based on the lore, and that lore being very scientific, and that's what's cool about the Fantastic Four. And I feel like Marvel needs a big Marvel type science movie to drive this this multiversal saga forward. And it seems like that they are really depending on this movie to do it. What I would love to see also as a bonus, like, what if they did imagine post Secret Wars, and right before the reboot, they had a special presentation, Disney Plus, 1 hour of a retelling of the universe as told by Galactus and Franklin, like in the comics. Like, that would be so cool. But I do think that they're gonna, obviously, if Franklin's in it, like, he's definitely in it for the Galactus piece. There are other interesting, children too. Like, I always like Bentley because he was adopted and he's the wizard. Like, that's such a cool part of the Hickman story too. But Franklin is like the guy. He's definitely very unique in the world of comic books. I mean, who else could create a universe? Like, it's awesome. So it makes sense. And that's the thing about Galactus. It's easy to look at Galactus as him being a villain because he eats worlds, but Galactus eating worlds is no different than us as humans eating meat. It's just it's just like human nature. It's the cycle of life. His food consists of planets, and like it sounds crazy, but for him to survive, he needs to eat, and his food just happens to be planets.
Yeah, I would argue like Galactus is needed for the universe to go round and round. You know what I mean? If he wasn't eating planets, it would be hurting the universe in some way. You know, like
No.
he's needed. And
Maybe they'll avoid
Dick,
some incursions, you know?
I think Reed said something like that, saying that like Galactus is needed or something. I forget. I've been reading a lot of Fantastic Four, but yeah. So the other thing about Franklin too is that we all know that Franklin is most likely going to be responsible for the events after Secret Wars, because there's like in the end of Secret Wars, there's really no multiverse left. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of cooked. So we all know that Franklin is probably going to be one of the ones responsible for the reconstructing of what is going to be our new MCU. So after Franklin does reconstruct the MCU, do you think Franklin has to go away for a while because he is too powerful, or do you think Franklin can still coexist in the MCU after Secret Wars?
So I don't think Franklin is. There's no way they're going to put him in the movie to pull him out real quick. He's going to have to, be a part of it, which I don't know. If I were making this movie, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think Franklin could be a fan favorite. Kind of like how we think that Damian Wayne is going to be liked by fans. I think if you play it the right way, because Franklin in the comic is freaking hilarious, bro. He's funny, and he's a funny kid. So I feel like he could be someone that can win fans over, being like a powerful kid. I think would be something super fun. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is Doctor Doom, because there also has been some Doctor Doom rumors, and the rumor that's going around with Doctor Doom, a lot of people have been talking about Doctor Doom being in the Fantastic Four, and the reality is that excuse me, is that Doctor Doom is rumored to be in the post credit scenes. People don't think he's going to be a part of the plot, and the rumor going around is that we are going to see him kill the Beyonders. Now I don't know how true that is. So let me just go. Let me go back and tell the whole thing. So there is a rumor going around that in Avengers Doomsday, we are going to see kind of Doctor Doom's perspective of incursions and Doctor Doom's perspective of figuring out what is going on. Now, mark me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the comics, the way that Doom learns about incursions is from the Illuminati, right? Because I'm pretty sure the Illuminati comes. I think they come and stop a incursion, and then Doctor Doom's like, yeah, bro, like, what's happening, right?
Yeah. If so, basically, Doom learns about the incursions. He was doing his own investigations, but he also came across the Illuminati, and it had something to do with Molecule Man, and I think Black Swan was also involved. He didn't really need the Illuminati to understand what they were, but I think he had his own plan, which was different than the antimatter injection system, which, for those of you that don't know, the antimatter injection system was what Reed and the Illuminati came up with. An incursion is two Earths collide, either both of them explode and die, or one survives and the other explodes and die. So the antimatter injection device was to be planted on the alternate planet that wasn't 616 and blow that up before they collide to save those. And Doom, he didn't actually learn about the incursions from the Illuminati, but his, knowledge of the Illuminati's kind of intersected with them, and they were both looking for solutions. Doom obviously kind of clears them in terms of power when it comes to Secret Wars.
Yeah. So how would you feel if like the end credit scene, what the rumor is that we are literally going to see Doom killing the Beyonders and then the film ends? Would you like that to be like an intro to Doctor Doom, or would you want to see something a little more like a little more interactive?
Well, why kill the Beyonder? Like, is the Beyonder going to be in the movie? So I just don't see the point of killing the Beyonder. I would rather see him kill Kang and explain Kang. Like, that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
I don't think they're
bro.
gonna do
I'm
it,
not
but
so I'm not sure. I'm not sure that is that is going to happen, bro. Because I think because what and we're going off of rumors right now, guys. So nothing is ever set in stone. But from what Jerry and I have learned these past 2 years of covering, these insiders have been pretty. They've been really good these past couple years. But what they have been saying is that like they are trying to build it up that like Doom is trying to go after the Beyonders because they're kind of the source of why this is happening. And he's basically going to the Beyonders to get the power from them. So then when we go into Doomsday, he's already, super, super powerful. But my only critique of that is like if Doctor Doom comes already in Avengers Doomsday super, super, super powerful, you know, it's hard to see the explanation of why, like versus where in Infinity War, Thanos didn't come in as the all powerful, right? Like we saw Thanos gain, we saw his power level rise as the movie, like the went on. I also think that it takes away from seeing how meticulous Doctor Doom is in getting that power, So I hope that we get to see how all of that happens.
Yeah, it would be so. I mean, I would like to see Doctor Doom way before Avengers Doomsday. I kind of always thought he was going to be in the post credit of Fantastic Four. I just think he is obviously he is like the biggest villain in the Marvel universe, but he is mainly the Fantastic Four's, villain and Reed's arch nemesis, rival, whatever you want to call it. So it would make sense. It's the perfect set. And there's no reason not to do it. Like I would bet on that to happen, like, people are betting on Bitcoin.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Doctor Doom because I kind of, bro, I really just want to knock out everything Doctor Doom rumor wise. So here's the rumor that I heard about Doctor Doom in Spider-Man 4. Because because you and I were talking about this weeks ago, how there were rumors that Doctor Doom is going to be there. So the rumor is that instead of Mephisto giving Peter Parker like a wish or whatever, it's going to be Doctor Doom, and basically Peter is going to ask Doctor Doom for his old life back, and Peter is going to get his old life back. But it's technically going to be a street level New York, but it's going to be like a figment of his imagination type of thing. And basically that's what this film is going to be based on, about him like getting his life back and then figuring out that like, oh, like this is fake.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I actually think that's a terrible idea. It's interesting because the new Amazing Spider-Man run just kicked off either last week or the week before, and it's called The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man is the first story arc.
How you like it?
It's all right. I mean, it needed to be much better than it was, but I forget the details already, but that's how you know it wasn't good. Doctor Doom is like very involved in the story, and basically Doctor Doom is the Sorcerer Supreme, and he is forcing Spider-Man to fix something, and Spider-Man gets these like 8 mystical lives that are based or different like incarnations of some spirit, and Spider-Man is going to have to defeat these other 8 spirits, and he beat the first one and he died while doing it. So it seems like he's going to die 8 times and beat these things
It's like a Power Rangers episode.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like the same thing over
stupid,
and over.
and I don't like the writers on it. I don't like that they put Joe Kelly on it. Like he's kind of like a Marvel writer when they don't really have someone. And then they're putting Justina Ireland on it, and I'm not a fan of her either, like at all. You know, and I don't like that they're switching the writers for this story. That's what they did in Brand New Day, and people
I heard about that
hate
one.
that. Yeah, and then they gave it. So there's two big complaints about Spider-Man comics. One is that Spider-Man isn't with MJ and he's not happy. As I always say, these people don't understand the point of Spider-Man. He's not supposed to be happy. And now apparently it was revealed that Spider-Man has like a rule, like Marvel has a serious rule. He could be with MJ, he just can't marry her. He has married her in the past. He can't do it again. And you know, the other thing that I don't like is that the other big complaint is that they haven't really given it to a writer that's like a talented writer. They have so many good writers, and they just give it to people like Dan Slott for 10 years, who is an awful writer. He basically, and now like Joe Kelly and Justina Ireland, like what the hell? You know, Chip Zdarsky did a spectacular Peter Parker run, which was like 25 issues, give or take. I forget. It was incredible. But like they should have put Chip Zdarsky on Amazing Spider-Man. They didn't. And DC was smart and they scooped him up to do Batman.
Big L's. Yeah. So now I don't really believe in that rumor, bro, only because they're still submitting the script. Like, I'm sure it was an idea, but like, you know, I don't believe rumors when scripts are being written, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Once the script is in and people are casted, that's when I really start to believe, you know what I mean? The rumors are true. But because Doctor Doom, I mean, you and I both know, like, we're not stupid, right? Doctor Doom's going to play a part in this film because it's after Doomsday, obviously. I don't think it's going to be that, though.
Yeah.
Really
and also, like, there are obviously people who befriend people at these companies, but I don't believe. And listen, I've never made a movie at one of these companies. I don't really understand the process or how it works. But what I don't believe is that while someone is writing the script for Spider-Man 4, that person is sharing all of his ideas with some like low-level employee who's leaking it to people in our world for us to podcast about it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but I do like what they're doing with. I do like what they're doing with Doom, though, of like he's doing something behind the scenes. We don't know. Like I like that, you know, because that's who Doom is. Doom is a sneaky mother sucker, man. That's who he is. So I'm hyped.
I also like. I want to see Spider-Man take on one of his own villains. That's like a real legit villain. Not to say I don't like Vulture, because I really like Vulture. I think Vulture is a great villain. I think Mysterio is an okay villain. But I don't like the idea of Spider-Man doing Doctor Doom when we haven't gotten something like that. I'm not against Spider-Man going up against Doctor Doom in one of his own movies, but I think, and that's why I think it's so important for us to get a street level, grounded, New York element type Spider-Man movie, because once they give us one of those, everyone's going to shut up. We're going to be like, okay, we got it. Like, now you want to do Doctor Doom and like some crazy, dream world type movie, have a blast. But I think fans like myself just really want that classic definitive Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. A part of me does wish that they did Daredevil, then Spider-Man 4, because then you're able to get you're able to get a movie that's far enough from Avengers where it doesn't have to connect directly, but it still can at the same time. You know, I wish that 2020, like I wouldn't mind swapping out Thunderbolts for like Spider-Man 4. You know what I mean?
Daredevil is a great way to scratch a Spider-Man itch, I gotta say.
100%. Oh, dude, we're gonna love that one. Woo.
Yeah. I've been saying that for a while, but I didn't word it like that.
Well, that was a great way to word it, because we are about to be talking about grounded. People's face about to get slammed on the ground, bro. By the way, bro, that suit, bro. Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait to see. And it's
with
like that bright
red lenses.
And Punisher and Brad said on Phase Zero podcast that they're just getting started with freaking with Bernthal, bro. They said they have a lot of like plans for him.
By the way, props to Marvel for going through with the Skull logo. And people are very critical of Marvel, and we are critical of Marvel when they tap into the agenda and all of that. But a couple years ago, during the height of BLM, a lot of police took on the Punisher logo. I'm not here to debate that issue, but there was a growing movement of fans that were trying to pressure Marvel to drop the Punisher logo. So much so that they actually changed the logo for a bit in the comics. Marvel loves to listen to these kids,
Yeah.
And I am just so happy to see that they're like, you know what? Listen, we're not going to let someone else.
He's a fake character. Let's honor him, right?
Yeah. We're not changing characters because you don't like some. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, and that doesn't mean I stand this way or that way. I'm just saying I like the Punisher and I like his logo, and I don't think that should impact it.
100%. People, bro, he's a fake character. Like, come on. All right. So, and then I have one more Fantastic Four thing for you: the ending. So, this is the rumor as of right now, the main one. Excuse me. The Fantastic Four will end with the team meeting the TVA and learning the multiverse is dying, and basically they want Reed to build them a device to get the anchor beings. And basically the whole rumor about Galactus eating the Earth is not true. And and then basically Reed is going to build a multiversal travel portal, kind of like in the freaking comic books, because I saw that. And basically, like, they are going to use that to, kind of get a bunch of people and to get the anger beings from the Earths that are colliding due to the incursions.
It sounds like they're kind of swapping out or like they're mixing, at least not swapping because the incursions are still coming, but they're starting to do. Like, it sounds like the antimatter injection device is going to have to do with the anchor beings and not the incursions. And it sounds like the incursions, like they're kind of blending it. Yeah. And that's what Marvel does. That, they changed up a lot of Infinity War from the comics. Granted, the story was still the same about the Infinity Stones, but Death wasn't there. Adam Warlock wasn't there. And those are two of the most important characters in that comic. And not that Death had a, big presence or anything, but she was important to the story.
Yeah. Well, so Den of Nerds said that, at least from the rumors that he hears, he said that Marvel is really trying to make Reed as the leading man in fixing this, like basically like they are trying to build him up as like he's the only guy in the whole entire multiverse that knows what to actually do, and that's why the TVA wants Reed, and that's why the TVA wants Reed to build this time travel portal device.
It sounds like this is their version of the antimatter injection device.
Yes,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, and then they also said something about a arc that keeps people alive during the destruction of the multiverse.
This sounds like a Noah's Ark type of thing.
Yeah, I never got to that. Yeah, I don't think I'm there yet in the comics, but that also sounds interesting. But the rumors are kind of building this idea of, the Fantastic Four is basically going to go around all of these different, Earths and take the anchor beings, which I think would be really insane if we get the F4 going to maybe like the Fox universe, or just use that as an example, or whatever. Or like, what if Deadpool and Wolverine are just hanging out, and then like we see like Reed just grab him, you know. So excuse me, it is very interesting how these rumors are kind of building out about how they're trying to bring these characters in here. All right, let's read what Hungry Almighty said. What if in Secret Wars, the Void is the MCU version of Battle World? Basically, the entire multiverse is destroyed and there's nothing but the Void left. That'll be very interesting if the Void is what's left. Because I mean, we all know that at the end of Secret Wars, like there's no multiverse whatsoever. So that would be very, very, very interesting. I would be excited to see that. Let's see what Enzo said. I'm a fan of the Inhumans. Fun fact: comics explain he hates the Inhumans. He trashes them all the time. And I think Black Bolt needs to be. Black Bolt got did dirty in Doctor Strange, man. He got did dirty. I think leave Henry Cavill out. No, Henry Cavill, Black Bolt. Nope. Inhuman in a Fantastic Four movie, okay. Inhuman in a Fantastic Four movie would be amazing. I'm not really a big Inhuman guy. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not really big on the Inhumans.
I think Inhumans add value to larger stories, but I'm not so big on the Inhumans either.
Did you ever watch that show? I heard it was trash.
I heard it was trash, so I never. Yeah.
All right. Next topic here. So Denzel Washington. He was in a interview. He's doing a lot of interviews. But by the way, the interviews have been top class as usual because Denzel is a man of class. You and I both are big Denzel fans. He's a legend. Gladiator coming out this week. We're pretty excited about that. Watch out for our review on Spectrum Cuts, by the way. Jerry
Spectrum.
Spectrum Cuts. Jerry put out a James Bond video, which is killing on views, so please check that out. But so he ended up talking about the fact that he's going to be in Black Panther 3 and that Ryan Coogler is trying to find a role for him. Obviously, we are in our recast T'Challa arc where we just want T'Challa recasted. But aside from that, Jerry, how do you feel about Denzel being looked at to be in the Black Panther film?
I love it. I love Denzel. I don't think he's going to stay around the MCU for a while. I hope I'm wrong. But it seems like these bigger actors, number one, I don't think they want to commit to like the scheduling of being in multiple Marvel movies. And, I hope that this isn't the consolation for not recasting T'Challa. What I hope it is that he is the sugarcoating for the people who don't want T'Challa to be recast. I hope that they do recast T'Challa and they're like, we got Denzel to co-sign it, so like enjoy.
Okay. So I agree with you as well. I think Denzel's amazing. Well, obviously he's amazing. One of the GOATs, top 3 on my list. Where does he rank on your list? Top 3?
I don't know if top 3. I would have to really think about it, top but 5? He's definitely in the top 5. And there's a very good chance he's number 3. Know my first two.
Leo.
It's Leo, and then my favorite that just goes to show that I'm not someone who's biased, okay? Because my favorite actor is Christian Bale, but I know that the best actor is Leo.
Yeah.
And who else would be in that? I don't know. It's a really good question. I want to put Daniel Craig in there, but I don't know if I don't know. I just other than James Bond and Knives Out, like I don't really
Bro, do you know something that's like super wild? I saw this poll going around and it was saying that like a lot of people put RDJ in their top 3 all time. Isn't that wild?
That's wild. Listen, I love RDJ.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Off of Iron Man, like that's kind of wild, bro.
That just goes to show that most people are biased and they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so sorry, back to Denzel. I love that Denzel in this. This is amazing. I have heard some rumors on what people think or whatever. So what's going around is people think he's either going to be Blue Marvel, which would make sense, but I doubt that because if they were to bring Blue Marvel into the MCU, they will want to keep him on, and Denzel is definitely doing a one-off. So this is my theory that I'm saying. What if he is T'Challa's father from another Earth, and they are using him to bring in the new T'Challa? If that's the case, just make it happen.
That would be sick.
I really like that idea. If he's the T'Chaka on another Earth, and then you bring in the new T'Challa, hopefully it's Aldous Hodge because he will be perfect as.
Oh
T'Challa.
yeah.
Count me in.
Yeah.
Count me in. Now, then a nerd said which makes me happy because you and I said this almost years ago. He wants John David because he was like, "What if we get Denzel and his actual son as friggin' T'Challa?"
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
John David Washington is an incredible actor.
Heck yeah. And it will honestly be a full circle moment because Denzel paid for him to go to school for Chadwick. So that'll be like a dope way of kind of honoring, the character. But I did but I do want you to answer this. I can't pull it up now on TikTok, but I posted my recast T'Challa campaign, and shockingly, not even shockingly, I was met with a lot of resistance on that. I mean, I was getting like people was coming at me hard, and a lot of people were saying that they don't want to see Black Panther anymore. They just want to end the T'Challa story arc after Wakanda Forever. Now, Jerry, what would your answer be to someone that would say, I don't want them to bring T'Challa back. I just want them to end the Black Panther just franchise. How would you feel about that idiotic comment?
Are you even a fan of Marvel? Like, are you even a Black Panther fan? That's like the Snyder fans who are like, I love Superman so much that I don't want to see another Superman movie.
100%. Yeah, it's like, guys, like, Wakanda is such a beautiful world that Ryan Coogler helped create. Right? Like, why wouldn't you want to see that again? Yeah. Yes, it's not the guy that we had. He died. R.I.P. to that man. But like, bro, this is a movie. Actors get recasted. Let's do it. Aldous Hodge, make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, also, bro, like Aldous Hodge already gave big King vibes in those outfits he wore in freaking Black Adam. Like those African like inspired outfits were super fire.
Yeah.
By the way, off topic, they need to reuse that Hawkman suit, bro. That Jones,
sick.
Those wings when they were all gold, bro. That's honestly one of the best costumes I've ever seen.
Yeah,
with the red pants, bro, that was hard.
That was sick.
Yeah, they cooked on that one. All right, let's see some chats here. What if in? Oh yeah, we already just said that. I'm not the biggest Inhuman guy. Are they another overhyped character like Sentry? Honestly, bro, a lot of people don't like Inhuman, so I would say no. But a lot of people like Black Bolt, though. He's probably the most popular Inhuman.
He is. He's the main one.
If you're casting,
how much could you do with him? Like, you know,
if you're casting Black Bolt, who would you pick? Matt Damon.
Damon?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a terrible choice. I think he's one of the best actors too, by the way.
He is. Yeah, but yeah, I think Black Bolt was boring, bro. That's just my opinion. Like my favorite scene was when Wanda took away his mouth and his head blew up. That was insane.
His suit was sick, and it was all CGI.
The suit was awesome.
But like you could see it was the nubuck on it, like that texture. It still looked so sick.
This chat is so Michael B. Oh my god. Next chat, bro. Next chat.
Yeah. Michael
B. Jordan should be back. Enzo, come on, man. Michael B. Jordan as the new T'Challa. No, bro. No way. And by the way, Michael B. Jordan wouldn't even do that himself. By the way.
Yeah.
You can take the 10 greatest A-list black actors in the world, and I still would not care. No T'Challa, no ticket. Facts, bro. Facts. No T'Challa. I told you we will riot if there's no T'Challa. We will go on this channel and we will cause a fit, bro.
Yeah.
No way. I like Denzel Washington, but to issue is he getting way too old, unfortunately, if he was young. I mean, if he's playing T'Chaka, I mean, age doesn't really matter at that point. He's an old dude. He's a dad. T'Challa's a grown man. So it would fit. Definitely not Blue Marvel. Aldous Hodge as Blue Marvel and Damson Idris as Black Panther. Give me that too. Anyone who doesn't want T'Challa recast it are not fans of T'Challa. Agreed. What's even funnier is when you say T'Challa should be recast, you get a bunch of people that clearly don't read comics go, you do realize Black Panther is a mantle. His sister took the mantle in the comics, and
For like
Hermione,
2
yeah.
comics.
And people also forget the fact that Shuri got denied the mantle by the goddess Bast herself. People forget that.
Also, like, I'm so tired of people looking to some like obscure or like one-off comic and be like, oh, it happened in the comics. Like, no, Norrin Rad should be the Silver Surfer. Enough with this nonsense. The only people that like it are people that like politics in movies. They like their political agenda exploiting movies and aggravating everyone else. And no one else defends it. No one else defends the Acolyte. No one else defends any of this nonsense. And I'm so tired of it. It's all political. It's all BS. And we are not bad people for simply wanting the iconic characters that we know from the comics.
100%. I do think also like fans also don't care about certain characters. So like I feel like there are like when it comes to shout about like me, I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, but I can still say it's a dumb decision, and that's where I think fans be because like even though I don't care about something, it doesn't mean I cape for it. You know what I mean? And I just don't like when people try to cape for stuff, and it's like, bro, you know it's bad. Just say it. Just say it's a bad decision. It's fine. It's fine if you say it's a bad decision, even if you don't care. You know, the same way if the same way people say that that the Dark Knight is better than the freaking Batman. Like it's
all right. Get out of here. Get out of here.
By the way, dude, Rome was giving me hell for that freaking Batman comment, bro.
Good. He should. He should.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan as Blue Monroe. Wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind that at all. But I want him as Val-Zod. Just saying. I want him with James Gunn. It feels good and refreshing to see comic fans showing T'Challa so much love after the MCU themselves brushed him under the rug. A character whose movie brought them billions. Yes, Black Panther was one of the biggest solo films that they've ever done.
Yeah.
Might be the biggest solo film that they've ever done, to be honest. That movie did insane in box office. At No Gain 90, the longer T'Challa is not on the screen, the more he trends anytime Black Panther related content is released in the MCU. Right, exactly. Black Panther is one of the dopest characters of all time. Like, come on. And like people always say that there's not enough good black characters. You get that's the best one. That's the best one. Fact. Come on, man. Now, wanted to talk about this one, okay? So this is very interesting. So Sam Raimi was talking about this, and this comes from the Hollywood Reporter, and it says this: Sam Raimi has talked about doing a live-action Miles Morales project with the Don't Move directors Adam Schlinder and Brian Nito, and it says this: they're probably not going to do it tomorrow, so we have a bit of time to work on that. So, Jerry, how would you feel if when Miles does come to the MCU, Feige gives Sam Raimi the task of directing Miles?
Oh, Sam Raimi is the perfect guy. I mean, he had the definitive take on Spider-Man in movies. Spider-Man, his trilogy is the best Spider-Man movies that we've ever had. Yes, even above the Spider-Verse movies. Like he's just the guy. I mean, those movies still hold up incredibly to this day. And those movies are timeless. I think he is the perfect person to do the Miles Morales movie.
Really? So you think he'll be perfect?
I think he would be perfect. I think obviously it would have to be different than his original movies, given that Miles Morales' villains and lore is a little more modern than Peter Parker's, if that makes sense. I guess it does if you read the comics, but and it's the MCU, and we're in the 2020s now. But yeah, I think Sam Raimi would be perfect. Like if he wants to do it, like let him do it. But I would prefer him to do Spider-Man 4.
100%. Now I have two other people that I think would be very interesting. I think Ryan Coogler would kill it.
Okay.
And just have you watched the movie he did called Fruitvale Station?
Fruitvale Station.
It's called like Fruitvale Station with Michael B.
No,
It was like one of his first films that
I think
he's
I've heard of it.
And I will also like Mike. I wouldn't be against Michael B. Jordan to directing the film. I really enjoyed Creed 3. I thought Creed 3 was a
I haven't seen
amazing
it.
movie. And Michael B. Jordan is a big comic nerd. And like the thing that Michael B. Jordan does, Jerry, that I think would make him a good Marvel director is that he took like anime shots and put them in Creed. Like it looked like you were watching like an anime fight, like
Yeah.
from certain angles. And I think that somebody like him will have a really fresh insight because he's an actor. I think that would be super dope if he was able to tackle that. Plus, he's a guy that studies. He studies film and he really is a grinder. I watched this interview and he was like, "Look, he was like, I don't go out. He was like, I'm always in the crib studying film. Like, I'm always in the gym." And then he said, I always know that if everybody's out and I'm inside, I'm ahead of them. Because I'm always on the grind. And I would love for him to get a chance to direct a Spider-Man film with Miles.
Yeah,
that would be a reach though. It probably won't happen.
Yeah, I think I think you got to give it to someone who is experienced with comic book movies.
Yeah. Would you like if so would you be against Ryan Coogler?
No, I wouldn't be against Ryan.
Yeah,
no.
but Rami, and it will be a full circle moment, right? Because Rami made like the first big Spider-Man film, and then he would do it for Miles. That would be like a full circle.
Yeah, moment. That's a good point too, and that's kind of what, that's kind of what 007 did, bringing Martin Campbell back.
Yeah.
Who, he did GoldenEye, and they brought him back for Casino Royale.
By the way, after watching your Bond video, I felt like I was an expert, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You was going crazy on that joint.
Yeah.
Dude, you made me go rewatch Skyfall.
Skyfall is so good, dude. A lot of people say they think it's better than Casino Royale.
No. It's good though. It's good though. But
really
it ain't over Casino Royale. But yeah, it is probably one of the best and most different Bond portrayals though I've ever seen, because he was like a shrivel of himself, and you're watching him kind of get back into his prime.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Man, we got some more chats. Let's get it. Just showing y'all some love. Some of the best on YouTube. We love it. Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I should have been more specific, but anyone that is on the internet saying T'Challa shouldn't be recasted or not, T'Challa fans, it's different if it's a casual person not on the internet, 100%. And honestly, bro, it's a lot of casuals that say that. But that's why Jerry and I are here to educate the casuals. Fruitvale Station Fruitvale Station is a really great movie. Hated Black Panther, but I blame Marvel. Really? Why do you hate Black Panther?
Why?
Wait, is it Wakanda Forever or Black Panther in general, like in the MCU?
Good question.
Because if it's Wakanda Forever, I understand. I loved how Michael B. Jordan added those guys wrenching anime punches in his Creed movie. Yes, I've only seen things like this done between Frieza and Goku. Dude does his homework. You do that. Exactly. And Jerry, like the way that it was is like, if you watch like Dragon Ball Z, right? Like one angle would show a dude hitting, and then it'll flip like in a matter of seconds to show like the other angle. It was insane. But Creed 3 is insane, bro. Like, oh, I love that movie. All right. Do you think Blue Marvel deserves his solo movie? No. You would do a show if you were to do Blue Marvel. And I think like Blue Marvel, the only reason why I trash Blue Marvel on TikTok a lot is because of the fact that people treat Blue Marvel like they do with Sentry and like they do with a lot of other characters. Like I love that they're trying to incorporate characters, that we haven't seen on screen. I don't like when fans act like they're the greatest character since freaking sliced bread. Blue Marvel is an amazing character. He's like, you should not do a Blue Marvel movie.
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden people see Sentry. Yeah. Oh, he looks like Superman, so he must be important. And it's like, and then you have a bunch of people who act like they're big fans of Sentry, and they've always been big fans of Sentry. Like, bro, nobody has been a big fan of Sentry, okay? He's not an important character. He's had one important, like, arc in a comic run ever, and it's just corny. It's so
exactly corny. And like I think someone like you and I would love Blue Marvel because he's an intellect, and you and I love smart,
Yeah.
intellectual characters. But you guys kill our vibe when you gas them like they're as important as Reed freaking Richards. Like, no,
Yeah.
he's important, he's needed, but he's not going to shift the MCU. And right now, at least where I'm at, is I need characters that are going to shift the MCU forward. And that's the X-Men, that's the Fantastic Four, that's Spider-Man, that's Anthony Mackie's Captain America.
Yep.
By the way, that Falcon costume is freaking awesome. Oh my gosh,
sick.
I love that Falcon.
And
suit,
by the way,
bro.
like, you know, the other crazy thing about that, like anyone complaining about it, like, bro, we are going to have a Captain America who fucking flies. He fucking flies, okay? Like, that is so badass.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Bro, he flies with a vibranium suit, bro. Like, come on. And he has the oxygen helmet. Yo, like, come on. You can't hate on that, bro. That's hard. That's hard, bro. My knowledge on Miles really only stems from animation and gaming, but does Miles really have his own villains that are not Peter Parker outside of the Prowler?
Bro, believing Sentry is an important character is like, it's almost like that Ruth Conda Forever tweet. Do you remember that?
No, what happened?
Dude, so this was like a couple years ago. I just looked it up because I'll read it to you. Some woman tweeted this. Just told my 10-year-old daughter about RBG when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. She had tears in her eyes, and then she did the Wakanda pose and said, Ruth Conda Forever, which is the sort of pop culture crossover that I can celebrate. And the entire internet was like, that never happened. And then people started saying Ruth Conda Forever for things that didn't happen.
And Hunger Mighty, but by the way, there are really no villains outside of Peter that Miles has. I mean, Miles pretty much shares the same as Pete, so they pretty much battle the same. I mean, he battles like Dr. Doom, Prowler, Doc Ock, Venom, Mysterio, Aaron Davis, Norman Osborn, Kingpin, Taskmaster. Like, I mean, they pretty much share the same guys. I feel like Blue Marvel is another Sentry. But the thing about Sentry is like Sentry's kind of an idiot. Like Blue Marvel is actually a smart character. You know what I mean? Like you can make something out of that, you know. Sentry, Blue Marvel, and even Kyle Rayner, who I am generally a fan of, get overhyped like crazy. Exactly, bro. They
But
do.
you know what though, Hungry? You're not alone with Kyle Rayner. Like there actually are people who are Kyle Rayner fans.
Yeah.
Like, that is a more believable character to be a fan of. If you tell me that, like, oh yeah, I loved Sentry, I'm just gonna know you are full of crap and you lie all the time.
Exactly. And look, and bro, and Jerry, do you know the main reason why they love Sentry, bro? You know why?
Because he looks like
because he wears a cape. That's all, and he flies. Like, and if you want, just say
rare
that.
in Marvel. A cape is
bro.
Rare in Marvel.
Yeah. And if you like it, just say that. Just say, I like the costume. It looks dope.
Right. Right.
Like,
I like the costume, and it makes me think that I'm going to like him in the movie.
Yeah. Bro, I would respect that a whole lot more than people lying, saying that he has. Yo, bro, I saw a tweet on X saying that Sentry has a top 3 greatest story in Marvel. I was like, bro, I almost crashed out.
Ruth Conda Forever.
And you know, I rarely curse, dude. I almost like lost my mind.
Yo, yeah.
All right, next chat. Black Panther is a movie with so many good qualities, but I was just not satisfied by the plot whatsoever. It's like Homecoming. I see a good movie filtered through BS. What? Black Panther, what?
Well, I love the Black
I'm not rolling with that one.
And one of the things I really like about T'Challa is that he does espionage. Like, he was spying on them stealing the vibranium in Wakanda, or right outside of Wakanda in Africa. And then they went to the casino, and then there was the scene with the car, and he's got the gadgets. Like, T'Challa is a lot like James Bond. You are on mute.
Sorry, I was talking to the TikTok chat. Just I was just trying to tell them what's going on. I was saying, guys, you know, we are live right now, so I'm talking to my co-host Jerry. Follow him at Comic Cuts. All right, but yeah, Miles Morales started off strong, and once he came to the main universe, they really changed the entire vibe. I like him in the main. By the way, what DCU projects are you each looking forward to the most? I can I can say that we are both looking towards Batman Brave and Bold. We're looking towards Superman. We're hyped for Creature Commandos. We don't really know who they are entirely, but the trailer is freaking awesome. I'm hyped for Peace. Honestly, everything that they're doing,
Yeah,
I'm
I was
pretty much
gonna say I'm
excited
hyped
for. I
for
mean,
everything. I'm
yeah, I
hyped
mean, I
for
will go down the list.
I am hyped for Thunderbolts. I'm hyped for Captain America. I'm hyped for Fantastic Four. I'm hyped for Superman. And obviously, 2026 is going to be even crazier. But we have a stacked 2025, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you something. Peacemaker is going to be sick. We have Creature Commandos coming in like 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't watch Dune Prophecy last night because I turned it on and I realized, wait a minute, this show is all women. And I was like, oh, I'll watch it. But that was a little like, okay, I need to wait and see what people are saying about this to make sure it's not agenda driven. And it's crazy that like I have to filter through that stuff now.
Because what I got from the trailer that they're focusing on the priestesses in Dune Prophecy.
Listen, it could still be a cool show.
No. I was just saying, like, that's why it's probably like it's probably why it's
the Bene Gesserit.
Yeah, because they're focusing on the spiritual side, and that's what all the females in the Dune world deal with. Yeah, I'm probably gonna check it out probably tonight. To be honest, I'm probably gonna check it out and see.
I'm on the last episode of Outer Banks. Oh, I love that show so much.
Oh, can't wait to see your your Spectrum Cuts review, bro.
Yes.
That's gonna be fire. It's good though.
So good, bro.
Good.
So good.
Good.
Emily would love it too.
Dude, I'm trying to start season 1 maybe Saturday because, dude. So quick off topic. I like starting season 1s on Saturdays because if I get like hooked, then I can just watch it the whole day. You know what I mean?
I just love watching shows at night, and it's part of my routine. Like during the week, I watch shows mainly, unless I like get in bed early enough where I have enough time to watch a movie. But and then weekends I save for movies where I don't have to worry about getting up and my grind and all that.
100%.
Yeah. So
that Carnage is an overhyped Spider-Man villain. People online really act like he's gotta be your Doc Ock level. Yeah, Carnage is corny. I never was a Carnage guy.
Carnage is cool in small doses, but he's not like he's not Venom.
Yeah. I hope Blue Marvel is the leader of the what? What are we talking about right now? Actually, if he takes the place of Carol Danvers, I'll be fine with that. Just actually, if he takes the place of Captain Marvel, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah.
You know what's interesting about Carol Danvers is that she has been a failure in the MCU, and you could make the argument that she's also a failure in the comics.
Yeah. By the way, in the animated Avengers show, they basically did what the MCU was going to do until Sony pulled Spider-Man.
Really?
So
which show? Because there's like multiple.
I think it's Avengers Assembled. I'm pretty sure, but okay. I was really just watching it the other day because I usually have that on whenever I'm doing cleaning the house or whatever. Right. And basically, what they did was like Iron Man and Thor and them, they were all put away or killed or something, and so they had a team of it was Black Panther, Carol Danvers, Hercules, which was super cool, Vision, and like a few others, but it was like a second Avengers team. And it felt like that's maybe what.
When did that show come out? Because that sounds like Mark Waid's Avengers roster, and I always contemplate whether I should read it or not because Spider-Man, Peter Parker is in it. I think Miles is in it at some point, but it's an Avengers roster with infamous Iron Man. But the problem is that like other than infamous Iron Man, Hercules, and Peter Parker, the rest of the team is
I also would not mind Hercules on a Avengers roster. That would be kind of awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I have to go back and look because it was literally just on the screen. I didn't click the episode. It just popped up and I kind of got hooked and watched it.
Okay.
But it was super cool though because Black Panther took the role of he basically took the role of Tony Stark and Captain America, and he basically ran the show. It was super awesome.
Okay.
And then he started fighting Hercules, and he cooked Hercules.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he cooked him. Anyways, let's see. Wait. DCU in terms of most high for me is 1 Brave and Bold, 3 Lanterns, or 2 Lanterns, 3 Teen Titans, 4 Lanterns is what I'm hyped for too, man. I saw Slab Free Talk say this, but would you put it past Gunn that he already casted Batman for the DCU and that actor will make a voice cameo in Creature Commandos or something? The only reason why I would say no is because if Batman was casted, that news would already be out. The way that leakers are nowadays, bro, that news would have been out super fast. There's no way he can make it that much of a secret. That's just my opinion. I think that's almost impossible. There is a rumor that one of the cast of Outer Banks actors will join Spider-Man 4. Yes, there is a rumor about that, and if she does, I will be really excited. I forgot they teased Hercules and Thor. Darn, yeah, bro, they did. They did tease Thor and Hercules, and the actor looked cool.
The actor is from what's it called? That soccer show.
Yeah, with Hannah Waddingham. I know you're talking about.
My mom loves it.
Yeah, I can't think about it right now, but yeah, he has the big nose.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, great show by the way. I've never seen.
No, it is great. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I would love to see Blue Marvel team. I would love to see the Blue Marvel team from the comics and the MCU. The only one is a big no is Captain Marvel. Yeah, bro. A lot of people don't like her, man, which is fair. Okay. Ray.
I thought they botched this and they were not going through with Ray anymore.
Okay, so we have an update, Jerry. So apparently Ray is going to be looked at as the center of multiple Star Wars movies, which is why they canceled her 2026 movie, because they're trying to do multiple films where she's involved. Now, this is weird to me because I thought that Ray was going to play like an Obi-Wan character. Now, but let's just talk about it from this topic. So you and I can both agree that this is stupid to try to make Ray the center of Star Wars. I mean, this would fail. This would bomb, right?
They already did this and fans rejected it. Like, I don't understand. And yes, the movies were financially successful. Of course they were. They're Star Wars. But they know that Star Wars purists are not big on Rey. And we just got a Rey trilogy. Why don't they want to make Star Wars purist fans happy? Why are we not part of the equation when making these decisions? Seriously. And then when they make the decisions that we know we're not going to be happy with, we get the clowns who love divisive politics in their entertainment who are like, oh, you're a bad person because you don't like this Star Wars movie. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, and look, and for the people that say it was financially successful, this isn't 2018 anymore, bro. People have to understand Star Wars. When the Rise of Skywalker dropped, that was during a time where every Disney film was touching gold, bro.
The economy was great in 2018.
Frozen 2, bro. Frozen, we had Frozen 2, freaking Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame back to back. Ant-Man did almost $500 million. Come on. Then we had Spider-Man Far From Home. It was just a season where movies were just hitting, and we're not in that time right now. I think we're going to get back there. Yeah, we're about to be back there. But people got to understand, Mando and Grogu, I think, is going to do $500 million. I at the least, I think it's going to do $500 million. But
I actually think it's going to do more. I think that movie's going to cross $1 billion. I do.
It's going to be a really, 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 really big movie. But if you think that fans are going to show up for Ray, you're crazy. And look, guys, this is coming from a non-biased fan, because people like me and Jerry, we're always going to go and see it regardless, because that's who we are. We are fans. But I promise you this, fans will not show up this time. Because think about the Acolyte. Think about how many views that did. It just kept shooting down and down and down. And no one will show up.
the Star Wars branding isn't as powerful as it once was because Kathleen Kennedy keeps devaluing it.
100%, 100%. Okay. 1 second. Take that from the Am I live? Oh no, we back. All right. Now, I want to talk about this. The Scarlet Witch is rumored to be pairing up with Doctor Doom. So a lot of people have talked about this, idea of, Doctor Doom wanting, really using a lot of people. And one of those people is the Scarlet Witch, mostly because she is similar to Franklin, as in she can bend reality to her will. And a lot of people have, there's another rumor going around that that Doctor Doom is going to take her magic so he can become, really, really, really powerful. Jerry, so do you like the idea of Doctor Doom possibly using her to like make his plan go forward because she's just a super powerful character when it comes to warping reality?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah. Oh, like the whole thing?
Yeah, no, not the whole thing. The question.
Oh yes, yeah. So how do you like Wanda kind of being used for Doctor Doom just to get some things done with warping reality or even taking her power?
I don't know if I like it, but I still think it might work because I like when I was a kid, if I was going to get like a Batman action figure, I wouldn't want the Batman in a like Mr. Freeze suit. I would just want the regular Batman action figure. And I think it's the same kind of thing here. I just want like a classic Doctor Doom, and I want to see Doctor Doom shine on his own. But I still think it could be pretty cool for him to be like so larger than life that he has someone like Wanda kind of, and him delegating some of his tasks to Wanda.
Yeah, I feel like him having someone like a Wanda on his team. I think it shows his character. Like, and even though his character's kind of bad, like it still shows about how persuasive and how smart he is. I really think that RDJ did this too when he played Tony Stark. He was a very quippy and smart guy, and when you're playing Doctor Doom, you have to do that kind of times 10 too. So, I think with having someone like Scarlet Witch, you have Doctor Doom has to have that kind of influence, and to persuade someone like her to be on his team, it's like, okay, he pulling some, he pulling some. So, yeah,
I
man.
also think it could be a good thing just because there are so many fans that like love Wanda, and I do think adding Wanda to the equation will be good for Marvel hype and ticket sales.
And the more Wanda, the less Agatha and Wiccan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some DCU news for you guys. Zolo. Now a lot of people got on me for saying his name wrong. So, and I try to say it, I just can't get it right. So, but anyways, so Zolo has confirmed that he will return to voice Blue Beetle in the upcoming DC Studios animated series. He said, "I just can't wait to see where the heck he goes. It's still so early, but I just know it's about to be the craziest thing." So I'm a big Zolo fan. I have not watched Cobra Kai at all. I heard Cobra Kai is an amazing show, but I never got to, I never got there yet. But I think even though Blue Beetle is, and by the way, after rewatching it like a lot of times, I see why you hate it. But
Thank you.
Beetle, yeah, like Blue Beetle isn't the best movie. Yeah. Like, no, now Blue Beetle isn't the best movie, but Zolo is great. I think he's a good Blue Beetle, and I think under James Gunn's tutelage, James Gunn is going to put him in the right place because Zolo plays like that young kid, cocky. Like I think Zolo is going to do freaking great, bro. Like I think he's the perfect casting. He like that Blue Beetle film was just terrible. He got put in a bad situation.
So first of all, one thing on mispronouncing his name, I didn't realize till like after a while, I always said Namor and not Namor. And I see people online that like will criticize that. You know what the thing is though? Like if you actually read the comics and that's where you're getting this from, how do you know how to pronounce something right? Like I don't not know my stuff because I mispronounced his name as Namor when it's Namor. But I read comics, so I don't get the pronunciation. Okay. And how would Stevie know it was Zolo? Like, I thought his name was Cholo. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's what
So
I'm saying. Like, I mean, because it's a ZO. So like, I don't know. And I heard. I
we're
think I heard.
American. Okay.
Yeah, like
Like,
and I heard someone else say Zolo, so that's where I kind of stole it from. But if it's X Solo, whatever. But I think you're a great actor, bro, and I think he's going to do great under.
I do think
James
he's a good
Gunn.
actor, and I hated that movie. I just thought it was so condescending. And the other thing that's interesting, and this is something to watch out for, guys, because I'm starting to realize there are a lot of people that have a good situation covering Marvel. And I think that a lot of them, I'm starting to notice, aren't necessarily like Snyder cult fans, but they're not really fair to James Gunn. And I think that they don't want the DCU to succeed because they don't have the same setup or connections, especially if they're a scooper or something like that. So keep in mind that sometimes people have personal interests that, and they're not really honest people. So it impacts the way they cover this stuff. I think this kid's a good actor. I thought he did a good job as Blue Beetle, even though I hated the movie. So, yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think Blue Beetle could be a cool character. So, and like, I know there are a lot of people that are fans of him. So I'm all for them bringing his version of the Blue Beetle into the DCU because we want that thing to succeed. We want it to take off. I am so pumped for the DCU.
100%. And I agree, bro. I think Blue Beetle is just another character that kids are going to, cling too hard and put him with Damian Wayne. Please put him with Damian. Like, like please let Damian Wayne just piss him off. And I want to see them get into a little fight because who doesn't love that? Okay. Now, Matt Reeves talked about the Batman 2. Now, I did a TikTok on this where a lot of people were like, yo, shut up and let James Gunn cook. Like, that's literally what they said to me. They're like, yo, you are thinking too hard. Just shut up. But so this is what they said. They said, or this is what Matt Reeves said. Matt Reeves said Bruce Wayne will be finding it very hard to be Batman for the Batman 2. Batman's out there trying to grapple with the aftermath of everything that happened, which to some degree he blames himself for. Now, the reason why I kind of got cooked by a lot of people was because my whole thing was like, yo, wasn't the whole point of the film or the ending Bruce Wayne finding his purpose, saying like, yo, I can't, like, I'm not going to change Gotham being vengeance. I have to be a beacon of hope. So if Bruce Wayne has found his purpose, then why is he back in a depressive state? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
He's probably going to have trouble being that beacon of hope because he is not a happy person. And it's hard to be like optimistic and beacon of hope when you're Bruce Wayne. I know we talk about the Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy a lot, but the one thing that made the Dark Knight trilogy what it was and the best Batman to ever grace the screen is that above all the complaints and all the praise, there's one thing. It was the ultimate display of Batman mythology. Like, it was his code and putting everything above himself. Like the end of the Dark Knight when, I'm not the hero Gotham deserves, but I'm the hero Gotham needs. And Gordon's like, and we'll hunt him because he could take it. And then when he comes back and he rises from, the prison, like, it was just the ultimate display of Batman mythology. And you didn't have to understand, you didn't have to read the comics or anything. Anyone was able to watch that trilogy and walk out of it and understand who Batman and Bruce Wayne were. And that's why it was the best. And the Batman Part 2, like Bruce Wayne going into this, being a beacon of hope, like, I think he is something that the city gets to lean on. But when I hear beacon of hope, like, I think Superman.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that Batman is a beacon of hope to a sense that, you know, that the people of Gotham know that there's someone there, you know, that is always going to make sure that they're okay. I'm not saying more so like a beautiful light of hope, but like that darkness is always watching over me, which is what Bruce Wayne was kind of hinting to in the beginning of the film. He's like, you know, like everybody thinks I'm wherever darkness is, right? You know, kind of building that suspense. But I thought that we were going to get something where like the cops are more comfortable with Batman, you know, than it was in the Batman one. He kind of is in his rhythm. He's fighting, you know what I'm saying? He's, you know what I mean? He has a new suit, new gadgets. His fighting is better. Like I'm expecting going into that kind of movie. And so not seeing that is really gonna be hard for me personally. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
you know, I think it's going to be a great movie. I also think it's interesting that they've now kind of hinted at who are the other villains. I know they've hinted at now Scarecrow. Oh, Scarecrow, Hush, and Court of Owls. So a lot of people are, oh, it's going to be Court of Owls. They've hinted at it multiple times. I think it's probably going to be Court of Owls, but we aren't like, they've now also hinted at Hush and Scarecrow. I don't think it's going to be Scarecrow. I think it's going to be Court of Owls because above, like, there are equal hints for Hush. There's equal hints for Court of Owls, and there's equal hints for, actually, I shouldn't say equal. There's probably the most for Court of Owls within the Batman and Penguin. But Pattinson also said in like some press type of video with other cast members, he said that he wanted to do Court of Owls. And everyone was like, shh, shh. Yeah. So I do think it's going to be Court of Owls. I'm both biased, but besides my bias, I'm biased for a reason. And that reason is the Court of Owls are the best Batman villain. They should 100% be it. The Court of Owls are the best Batman villain because they also get you to, they put Batman in a situation where Batman gets to show exactly who he is at his core as a superhero. There's mystery. There's Gotham history. So the mystery part, him being a detective. The Talons puts him in a situation where he has to have top tier combat. So you get the best of both worlds. There's not many villains that you get both that pull both sides out of Batman, and the Court of Owls are the one, and they're the most interesting. A secret society controlling Gotham for ages, like that is just so cool. It's so unheard of. There's no other villain like them. They're the best. And you could make the argument that the Joker is the best. The problem with that argument is that we've seen the Joker too many times, and it's hard to do a Batman Joker story that's something that we haven't seen or read or experienced.
100%. 100%. You already know I don't want the Joker. So
do you not like the Joker, or do you just think we've seen enough of him?
I think Barry Keoghan will be amazing. We've just seen so much of him, and I want like Batman's Rogues Gallery is just so crazy. Like, there's so many villains, bro. There's so many freaking villains, and the other thing too about Batman is each villain gets a certain thing out of him. You know, like we get certain sides of Batman based on villain versus where when it comes to Spider-Man, he's pretty much the same guy regardless of who he's going against, you know. But with Batman, you see different sides, you know, even with like Dark Knight, like Batman is kind of going to an edge that we never seen before, you know, like even in Batman Begins, which was a shocker that he let Ra's al Ghul die. I mean, he's still like in the Dark Knight, you're seeing Bruce Wayne battle with killing the Joker for revenge of killing his girl, but also putting the mission and the people before himself. And then in the end, he freaking goes against his own code and covers Gordon's butt for murder, you know? That's so like,
there's so many examples.
There's so many, it's different sides, you know? And that's kind of where I'm like, okay, we like that writing in The Dark Knight was so amazing that why can't we get a Hush or a Court of Owls where it takes Batman to an even more extreme place? Because and that's why I also think that a lot of people don't like The Dark Knight Rises is because Batman went to such a place in The Dark Knight in The Dark Knight Rises, a lot of fans don't feel like he went as deep as he did with the Joker because the Joker put him in such a place because he killed his girl, so.
Yeah. I mean, The Dark Knight, like, I feel like my argument for The Dark Knight got you to just find a new respect for it.
No. I mean, look. I think it's overrated.
You agree though that it's like the ultimate display of the Batman mythology?
Look. The Batman. I think The Dark Knight is a very overrated film, but I think that the essence of Batman and his code is probably shown the best in the Dark Knight trilogy so far. And if you want to learn the essence and the character of Batman, you watch the Dark Knight.
Facts. I disagree with the overrated part, but obviously the Batman mythology, and the other thing about the Court of Owls is like it's called the Batman Epic Crime Saga. Like the Court of Owls are just the perfect, and Hush too. So it's just going to be interesting. Like, did they hint when they did the scene with Joker and then they released the 5-minute version of that scene? Did they just do that to potentially set them up if they decided to do the Joker? Like, I want to know what the thought process was behind releasing that scene. And by the way, I am not someone who spends my time, like, I see people on Twitter like, oh, drop the actually, this is on Threads because it would never be on Twitter, but people were like, oh, drop the Avengers Assembled episode for Agatha. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Like, I wouldn't even watch the Avengers Assembled for like Endgame, okay? And you're talking about watching that thing for Agatha, but I do want to know the thought process behind the Joker scene because, like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me that they did that, and now I feel like they kind of have to do the Joker, but I'm pretty sure we're only getting 3 movies, and I would much rather see a Court of Owls movie and a Hush movie than I would the Joker. And I love the Joker. I do. Yeah. But, I think it was Matt Reeves who said this, and this is kind of what got me on the same page as you, and it was basically what I just said. He was like, the Joker's a great character, but he's been done so many times that it's like, how do you do that and do something new at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, you're just going to go against the comparison to Heath every time, And the only reason why Joaquin worked in the first one was because he was so different from the first one. Yeah. He's like a musical character, So it's, so, all right, let's read some chats. I would love to see, we were over that. I really need to debate y'all on Across the Spider-Verse only because I respect y'all and hope you can show me the light because I walked out the theater upset. You didn't like Across the Spider-Verse?
That's crazy.
The best Spider-Man film of all time?
It's up there. I would probably put it at number 2.
Animated, I'm saying. Not live action. No, not live action. I'm talking animated. Out of all the Spider-Man, Across Spider-Verse probably number 3 for me personally. So Spider-Man 2 is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. The second best for me is Spider-Man Homecoming, and then I would go.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, Across the Spider-Verse is one of the greatest films of all. Is one of the greatest Spider-Man films of all time, bro.
Yeah,
and you are sleeping. I mean, we go right into the movie, bro, of Miles. Like, what it paints one of the best pictures of Spider-Man dealing with having to be a hero, also hiding it from his parents, having to go in and out of school. He's vibing, he's figuring out, and then he thrusts himself into a whole entire multiversal kind of like Spider-Man war going on, bro. Not to mention, he literally took on over hundreds of Spider-Man by himself. I mean, come on, dog. Come on. Like, you gotta be honest. Like that movie.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like, that was raw.
Yeah, bro. That was fire. Yeah. And the suit is also freaking awesome as well. And then like basically all of us know that his dad has to die, and we see him trying to fight that from happening. I mean, bro, come on. And not to mention the whole idea of the canon moment about how every Spider-Man has their canon moment. And not to mention in Spider-Man No Way Home, we saw Peter Parker's canon moment for the MCU. And then we see Miles trying to battle his. The connection is seamless and beautiful. Like, bro, honestly, you should watch Spider-Man No Way Home and then watch Across the Spider-Verse right after. That's like that's because you get the flashbacks from No Way Home of Andrew Garfield's mom dying and all that, and then you go right into it, bro, or his whatever Uncle Ben. But by the way, in TASM 2, when they try to bring back Peter Parker's dad, that's when I was like, okay, this is doing too much.
Yeah,
so corny, bro. So corny. Lucasfilm, why Lucky Marvel is being smart yet. I'll never forgive them for what they did with Finn, bro. Jerry and I say all the time, Finn could have been one of the greatest Star Wars characters of all time. Do you think, Jerry? I want you to answer this because I don't really know. Do you think the World War Hawk movie will come after or before Avengers: Secret Wars?
I don't think it's coming.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure they don't have the rights to do a solo Hulk movie.
Yeah, because Universal owns it, right? Yeah, and they be stingy with the Hawk, bro. or they just don't like Mark Ruffalo.
I think Mark Ruffalo is terrible, and a Mark Ruffalo being the star of his own movie just sounds like so boring.
It will bomb. Yeah. It would. Get on Cobra Kai while you can. Yeah, dude. I have to. I heard it's fire, bro. Blue Beetle is a great Cartoon Network. Nick, what, bro? Come on, stop it, bro. Stop it. I think World War Hawk should come out after Avengers: Secret Wars, aka MCU reset, because it'll make the bro. I don't know why people think that the Hawk by himself is a profitable character. Mark Ruffalo or not, I just don't see it.
The Hulk is cool when you're like 5 and like a green monster is cool, and then you grow up.
But like the Hulk in Thor Ragnarok was fire because he's with another character. Like the Hulk is good with other characters, but by himself, other than Hulk smash, there's nothing else to him. I mean, we got Veronica, but how many times are we going to push the Veronica button? You know, and World War Hulk. I mean, I would do a Wolverine versus Hulk film. I would do that before I would do a World War Hulk movie.
Yeah,
I mean that scene of Hugh Jackman with that suit on fighting the Hulk. Give me that any day of the week.
That was so sick.
One of the best costumes I've ever seen. By the way, yo,
they
bro,
use that costume,
bro. They said that suit cost $500K to make.
No way. That the brown and yellow one.
Yes,
and they made it, or was it CGI?
No, it was actually made.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Batman is overrated too. What?
Yo,
bro. Yo, please, yo.
I want to know who your top 3 favorite superheroes are right now.
Eye of Evil. I promise you, if you want to get on right now, I swear to you, I will send you the link to join. I promise you, I will. I promise. If you want to,
we gotta
overly invite you right now because you're talking.
You don't like Batman. You don't like Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, dude. Please just get on this show and we can show you the light because you are in darkness, bro. At the moment.
Yeah.
Like, do you hate Avengers: Infinity War? Do you hate Captain America: Civil War?
Bro, I know that's who you got evil from.
Bro, like, be honest. Do you like Captain America? All right. Do you like Captain America: Civil War? Everybody likes that movie.
I watched it this past weekend.
Great movie, huh?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There are MCU fanboys on the internet that really pretend like Marvel is still doing great and bring up how Wakanda Forever, Love and Blunder, and Multiverse of made money. Money is not everything. You're right. Money is not everything. Because Captain Marvel did $1 billion and people still hated her. He told Alfred, "You're not my dad." Facts. Personally, I would love if Darkhawk came to the MCU. My cast for Darkhawk, the actor that played Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Well, he's Kraven now, bro. So that would never happen. And he might be James Bond.
Who?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh yeah.
He said he wanted him to play Darkhawk. Or are you talking about Evan? No, you said Age of Ultron. That's Aaron Taylor Johnson. Personally, I would love for Darkhawk to come to the MCU. Oh wait, you said that. Miles Teller as Richard Rider Nova. No. They should do a comic accurate Joker after Brave and the Bold. That would be cool. I think the Agatha show is pretty good. They definitely forced on good writing and good storytelling. The Agatha story. See, look. So this is how I feel about Agatha Enzo. The first 2 episodes I was hooked in, and then for the next 5 episodes I kept falling asleep. I kept zoning out because they focused on Wiccan, and I don't think I don't think he's a bad character, but because I like him in the comics, I couldn't focus on Wiccan because they were just giving us pointless lore that didn't matter. And then the last 2 episodes were freaking amazing. It's like, but I don't like inconsistency in shows. It was too inconsistent, and the only time the show was good was when it focused on Agatha. But when it went to the Joe Locke kid, it was terrible. Yeah, I didn't like Across the Spot. What is going on? Why didn't you guys like Across the Spider-Verse? Who do you think is a better legacy character, Wally West or Miles Morales? Wally West, bro. Stop it, bro. Come on. Wally West is one of the GOATs. Peter B. Parker chased him with hundreds of other spider people, including. Oh, all right, Jerry. Here is his reasoning, bro. Peter B. Parker chased him with hundreds of other spider people, including his close friends and role model from the first movie, and they all switched up and followed Gwen at the end with no explanation. He was trying to save his father, and hundreds of Spider-Man chased him, not even trying to figure a way out. Just chase a child trying to save someone love. So, bro, did you miss the whole entire part where Spider-Man 2099 showed what happened when he didn't allow his canon moment to happen? When he didn't allow his canon moment to happen, his whole Earth like vanished, bro. Like he would destroy his planet if he didn't allow his canon moment to happen. That's why they were chasing after him, bro. That's the whole point. So, and by the way, and then all switching up to a follow Gwen, we see Gwen slowly change to Miles' side. Well, she was on Miles' side basically the whole time, but we saw her like go on his side. So I don't get that one. If you guys watch Avengers EMH, you'll see that Hawk is a much deeper character than you think. That is easily the best iteration of the Hawk outside comics, but I don't need a Hawk movie. I just want Hawk done right. Facts. Hot take though. I like Into the Spider-Verse movie. You don't like the Jerry, do you hear this, bro?
It's crazy. I think the animation was insane.
What? It was like a comic book.
Yeah, exactly. It was like watching a comic book in live action, or not live action, but you know what I'm saying. And everyone's like, it sets the standard for animation. Like now Transformers 1 did their thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did their thing. I don't know how you didn't like that animation. That's crazy. I think it's the best animation movie. And now everyone wants the Batman Beyond version.
How you guys feel about the Watchmen series? Never been a Watchmen fan, bro.
Yeah, I never got into them.
Who would you cast as Richard Rider Nova? Who would I cast as Richard Rider? The kid from and dang, it's sad because he's in freaking Ironheart. But let me see. What's his name? Ironheart cast. Where is he at? Anthony Ramos. That's what I want as Richard Rider. I think Miles Teller is perfect as Richard. No, bro. If you cast Miles Teller, he needs to have a bigger role.
Taron Egerton would be pretty good.
Ooh, bro. You know a lot of people. A lot of people fan cast him as a Wolverine.
He would be a good Wolverine. I can see that.
Yep. By the way, we need a Kingsman 3.
No, they made one.
No, well, but it was a prequel though.
Yeah, and it was whack.
Yeah, I want Eggsy's story to be done, dude. I love those movies.
Me too.
I understand, but that wouldn't make me stop a child from saving his father. And Spider-Man is a way better than me. And if they did follow the logic, then Gwen would have never changed her mind. And yes, they showed Gwen's journey, but not Peter or anyone else's. She just shows up and he's like, okay. Yeah, but like it's with the assumption that she went and talked to everybody. You know what I mean? It isn't like she just pops up and everybody's on her side. Like it's with an assumption because that's because they just couldn't show it in the movie. Also, what makes you also it would be morally terrible for the Spider-Man to allow Miles to just destroy his Earth. Like that would be stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do think they're wrong, and it's a tough situation. It's a really tough situation because you know, on the one hand, you can't let the multiverse die, but if that was my dad, I would have, like, you know, your universe dies. So if you let your dad die, like, what do you get? No,
But
answer.
but this does feed into your famous quote, and I'm paraphrasing, into your famous quote about this is who Spider-Man is, and never
Right.
he always loses in the end.
That's not my quote. My
Or
quote is he doesn't get the balance of both lives and be happy.
yeah, exactly. Or no. You just oh no. You said he always has the biggest sacrifice. Yeah, he always has to have. He always makes the biggest sacrifices in the end. That's what you said. Now he always loses. I feel like Nova is a bootleg.
Bro, a
Low
lot
key.
of people say that.
Low key is.
And they're no, like, that's the other thing. Like, people are going crazy about Nova. Granted, Nova have a richer history than the others, but like, it was only till recently people were going crazy about Nova. And let me tell you, Green Lantern are way cooler than the Green Lanterns are way cooler than the Nova Corps.
Yep. Who would you cast him on? So, fun fact, you know that people were fan casting him as Adam Warlock.
That's
for a while. For a while.
I really like the kid they picked for Warlock.
Will Poulter.
Yeah, he was great in Dope Sick, which is a great show.
I know that's a difficult situation. That's what's interesting, but the movie decides that they're going to try and save him, so the logic falls on itself. I'm telling you, it's booty. But the reason why they're trying to save Miles is because he's on another Earth. He's not home. That's why they're going to save him. That's the whole point, because Gwen knows that he's not home, bro. Come on, man. I'm coming at you. I'm giving you the facts. Okay, next topic, guys. We've been sponsoring for a minute. Last topic of the night: Batman Nightfall project is in the works. Let me just read. So, shout out to this Instagram called Gunverse. I've been following him for probably since James Gunn started, right? And he's been doing a really good job. And we get a lot of our news from him and stuff. So shout out to Gunverse. DC has reportedly casted actors Pablo Schreiber, thank you. And
he played in Halo, right? In Halo, and he's Liv Schreiber's son.
People think he's gonna play Bane. Anyway, sorry. And Anson Mount in part 1 of the Batman Nightfall film, and yeah, and
definitely animated, right?
Has to be. No way this dude is gonna be freaking Batman.
Yeah.
Looks like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro.
Which one looks like Arnold?
The other guy, Anson Mount.
Anson Mount is the guy who played Black Bolt.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. But yeah, how do you feel about this, bro?
I love it because I think this is like a story that needs a modern touch, because it's one of the things that DC didn't do right with a lot of their like big stories is that to read them, you have to read a lot. So like to read Batman Nightfall, a lot of the writing feels dated. You also have to read a lot of non-Batman titles that you might not be interested in. Like, I don't want to read I want to read Nightfall, but I don't want to read Batgirl. So like you have to read Batgirl because that's part of the story. Marvel, they're like, these are the essential ones. These are the tie-ins. Read what you want. DC didn't always do it that way. So I think this is a great story, and it's cool that they're going to do an animated version. Obviously, they're doing it in 3 parts. That's kind of what they did with it. Not kind of, it is what they did with Justice League Infinite Crisis, or Crisis on it, whichever one they did it in 3 parts. So I think this is cool. I'm really excited for it. And if this were out right now, I'd be watching it tonight. I actually can't wait.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the iconic back break.
Yeah, I know. That's going to look incredible.
Yeah. So, this is going to be super awesome. And I mean, I'm happy that James Gunn is bringing it seemed like, he's bringing his imaginations to life, things that he wants, and not everything has to be in the universe. And, what I mean? It's not like the MCU where everything has to be a certain way and a certain thing. He's just doing stories,
Yeah.
So this is pretty exciting, man. So, yeah, I mean, look, bro, think about this. We're getting an animated Robin project and a freaking Batman Nightfall, bro. This is going to be nuts.
Yeah, this is going to be, and DC crushes it with the animated. Like, I wish Marvel made animated movies the way DC does.
100%, 100%. By the way, man, Creature, and you said Creature Commandos comes out in a few weeks, right?
Yeah. Oh, some people have seen it, like influencers or whatever. December 5th. So that's
okay. Do you know what comes out December 6th too?
I forget.
Marvel Rivals.
Oh yes. I can't wait for that. Oh man.
We're definitely gonna be streaming that on here, bro. We definitely are. We're definitely gonna stream that.
Bro, December 5th is like literally 2 weeks and 2 days. So it's crazy. DCU is about to start.
Oh my god, let's get it. So, all right, we're gonna answer the rest of these chats and we're gonna get out of here. Sorry, I had a cough. All right.
Oh, good.
Dylan O'Brien as Richard Rider Nova. Dylan O'Brien this is another guy that people piss me off. Do you know how many Dylan O'Brien Nightwing fan cast arts I've seen? Like, bro, drives me insane. I know that it's a difficult situation. That's what's interesting, but the movie decides that they're going to try and save him, so the logic falls on itself. I think we read that already. My bad. I'll tell you this: we got half a movie, so once the last half comes out, we'll see how they answer whether he should save his father. Bro, he's gonna have to watch his father die, dude. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Sam Cleffin, who's that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go on Google real quick. Sam Cleffin. Dude, I'll be honest. I don't care who the heck is Richard Rider Nova, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you, bro.
Dude, Sam Cleffin should never play a superhero.
Nova can kiss my behind, respectfully. I don't care about Nova. Like, he's a cool character. Honestly, I want Rich Rider to be young. I want him to be Spider-Man's age, and I want him to be in the teenage hero era. I don't even want him to be a freaking grown man, bro. It's going to be honest, bro. I can care less about some freaking Nova casting. Don't you hate it when people hype up C-level characters like Nova and they say Iron Man was a C lister before?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Yeah. Or they say Captain America and Thor were B-list characters. It's like,
it's crazy.
Yes,
they were never B-list, but they just weren't like, they were still like prime Marvel characters, but people didn't really look at Marvel characters outside of Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and X-Men for a really long time.
Yeah, 100%. But I remember in fourth grade buying Iron Man comics, bro. My dad bought me mad Iron Man comics. Like, I knew who Iron Man was in fourth grade. I was what, 5? Like, come on, bro. I was reading Iron Man comics back in the day.
Oh, dude, I love Iron Man comics. Iron Man comics are so good.
100%. I honestly respect the movie if he lets his father die, but that's not my MF in Spider-Man. What does that mean? He's still Spider-Man. Why is Miles not your Spider-Man? Before y'all dip, do y'all have any comic recommendations? Jerry, do you have anything? Oh, all right, hold on. Before that, what are you trying to read, Marvel or DC? Because Jerry's brain has a codex.
And give me a character. Or character you're interested in.
Give Jerry a character or Marvel or DC, and Jerry will set you up.
Yeah.
None of them are. If anything, Miles is the best Spider-Man we've had since Toby. What are you talking about? Well, Toby's a real person, and Miles is a What are we talking about here, bro?
Yeah. I'll read anything, but want to get into Green Lantern. Download DC Infinite Universe. It's like $7 a month, and read Jeff Johns. I'll type it out for you so you can spell it right. It's incredible. This is the Green Lantern run you want to read.
And I'll pin it, so just pinned it for you. So after we end the stream, dude, you can still see it if you forget it. Perfect. And Eye of Evil next week when we're live. Tell us how you like it.
Yeah.
So
it's unreal. It's amazing. And it's super long, so you could binge on it for a while, which I think is the best part.
Yep.
I love having a long run that you know is going to be amazing, and it's like 50 issues, and you could just get home, pull it up. You don't even have to think about what you're going to read. You already have it.
Yep, 100%. All right, y'all. So wait, hold on. James Gunn was in a recent interview and said that the Superman trailer is coming. Yeah, dude, he apparently was screening it in LA like last night. So there's some progress. But all right, y'all, we're gonna end the show here. Thank you guys for jumping on the stream. We're so happy that we were able to talk some Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. Have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, we're everywhere, on X at Comic Cuts, at Superherocuts. Have a great day and peace out.
Peace.